2 in there, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, let me fix that.
Yeah. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Long as I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. Sports Coma, yeah, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Somebody please better help. Running this thing like elf. I thank God every day I'm not a felt. Go to YouTube live with Big Q and the guys. If you ain't ride or die, the bandwagon get flipped. Been marching in, that was way for the ring. I was yelling out your shame for the championship. Bucking on Tampa, duck down. Falcons, pluck, get shut down. Panthers ain't much touchdown. The vision really belong to us now. So much hate on the Saints, you could probably tell. Ever since Bounty Gate hit the NFL, when things seem fishy and you probably smell the crooked referees or Roger Goodell. Buggy like this and I'm a who that. Every day I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like this and I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
All right, how y'all doing today? Shout out to the fam. Welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, but we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports fam. Shout out to the fam. Appreciate y'all being in the stream. Much love. Got a special guest, my dog Shad from the PNP Panthers Nation podcast, the #1 independent, longest running a Panther podcast in the game. The brothers are serious. They lay it down, man. Shout out to brother Dave. Couldn't make it today, but Shad is here to talk about the Saints and Panthers, man. We up in this thing. Brother Shad, welcome today, bro. How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm good. I just want to correct you on one thing. Not quite the longest running. I want to shout out to my man Pat Coltrane. Shout out to C3. Salute to them. They are the longest running guys, but I am the largest. So I do appreciate that. But I just want to correct the record. I don't want no lies being told. You know what I mean? I don't want nobody to come back to me. Shy, you told him to say that? Nah, we keep it a buck. But salute, man. I'm ready. This week 1 in the building. Let's get it cracking. Let's get this thing going, man.
All right, Shad is fired up, man, to talk about Panthers, Saints, Panthers, man. Let's open it up with this, Shad. #1, man. Of course, we know a lot of changes happen with Carolina. The same thing with the New Orleans Saints. Kind of talk about the Carolina Panthers. I think the thing that we want to know about is in terms of Canales, y'all new head coach there, the staff turnover and how it affect your offense, because I think that's the biggest question mark about what you guys are going to do in terms of philosophy. What's the philosophy of the Carolina Panthers offensively?
Yeah, man, 2.7 seconds. That's the biggest thing. Got to get rid of the football, make smart decisions, protect Bryce. Last year, y'all seen it. We all seen it. It was a disaster, bro. And, it's a running joke. Y'all could talk about Bryce and talk about how bad he was, but you can't talk about how bad Bryce was without talking about the infrastructure around him. It was a shit show from top to bottom. You know what I mean? So, like, it was bad. And so, to me, this is truly Bryce Young's rookie year. Obviously, does have the year of experience under the belt, but it's a year of bad experience. And so, hopefully, Canales comes in. We were able to keep the defensive, the defensive staff intact. So that's all the same. So the defense is tried and true. Lost a couple of guys, but we should be okay. But the offense is where the big changes have been made. You talk about Robert Hunt, Damian Lewis, those big hog mollies brought in. The interior of the offensive line was where we was complete trash last year. Bryce had pressure right up the middle. As a quarterback, you all know, you never want pressure up the middle. You know what I mean? And that's where it was coming from. Pause. You know what I mean? So we've got that fixed. Hopefully, right? We haven't seen it in full motion just yet. This will be the first time we'll see. We did see a brief, a little sliver of it against the Bills, but that wasn't quite. That was going against number twos. You really don't know what it is just yet. So we'll see it all at the same time. We brought in some new weapons as well. Deontay Johnson in the building. Xavier Legette brought him in. Jatavion Sanders having an excellent rookie campaign so far on paper, right? We haven't seen it yet. But, man, I'm excited. I'm excited about Panthers, the offense. I do think from a philosophy standpoint, you're going to see a lot of running the football. I mean, you all should be familiar with it. You win against the Bucs, right? It's going to be very similar there. We want to run the football. We want to allow Bryce to be Bryce. We don't want to one thing that Bryce, I felt like he was doing a little bit too much last year. This time, he'll be able to come in. He doesn't have to overcompensate. What I saw during the Bills game was I was actually able to see some guys run free. Like, I ain't been able to see a daggone receiver run free in forever, partially because the lack of scheming, right? These guys weren't schemed properly. If you go back and watch JT O'Sullivan's quarterback school, you had guys running in the same area. Route combinations were trash. I think all that's going to be fixed. You're going to see some screen game, get rid of the ball quick. I like it. I'm excited for it. But again, I do not know because I have not seen it in a real game yet. So I'm going to be surprised just like you all, and I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, we seen what Cornelis was able to do with Tampa Bay last year, and with taking a guy that y'all didn't even recognize. Y'all had that guy in Carolina, and man, he did not look like Carolina Baker. The dude, like, I don't know what he had a baptism or something happened, Brother Shad, and he became a new person, man. And it was phenomenal what he did with Tampa Bay, and that's a lot of that was Cornelis, and he had kind of gained a reputation. Not because of that, but for what he did prior to that, as being a bit of a QB whisperer. And so I'm anticipating that when you're talking about Bryce Young and all these other guys, man, I'm anticipating them to be a hell of a lot better. And like some of the weapons that you talked about that you guys have, that he fully being able to utilize those guys. Because if we kind of look over to the Saints side of things, there's still a lot of stuff to talk about there in terms of the Saints. It's a very unique energy, to be honest with you, that's going on with us over here, Brother Shad, to talk about the offense, man. It's very unique. It's people are happy for the football, but it's a bit of what's the term? For lack of better words, caution insofar as because of I call it the Dennis Allen factor. A lot of people simply do not believe in Dennis Allen. I just got to keep it real and say that. And that's pretty much some of it right there. What's going to happen? Can he galvanize the Saints to move forward? Because we have all the weapons there. I love the offensive coordinator we picked up. We have Alvin Kamara there. We have Taysom Hill in the role that we expect him. Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, Juwan Johnson got restructured today. So we still have a lot of weapons that can make it difficult for teams, period. And we just have to get to running the football. Another curious point for the Saints, you talked about the offensive line. Y'all spent some heavy money on that offensive line, bro. Yeah, with the two guards, Lewis and Hunt, right? Is that the guy?
Lewis and Robert Hunt, yeah. Highest paid offensive line in the game, right?
Yeah, yeah. They spent on those two guards to solidify that line. Ours on it we have two inexperienced tackles on either end with Tali Fuaga, and other end is Trevor Penning. And then we have a left guard there and Lucas Patrick that had did some starting elsewhere, but still the Saints line, we kind of want to see what happened there. We got a kind of a young, fresh line outside of McCoy and Cesar Ruiz, but we want to figure out if those guys can kind of run the football with this new scheme. So it's, I guess, new offensive scheme, just like you guys have. So the emphasis is going to be just running the football, bro.
Yeah, I mean, but does that take away from the weapons y'all got? Like, y'all gonna be able to still utilize Olave, Shaheed? Man, I like those guys, bro. I think y'all got some solid weapons. How is that gonna look? I mean, our cornerback's gonna be tested. What's that gonna look like?
Well, I think to be honest with you, bro, I think the talent that the Saints have, and the aforementioned talent, Alvin Kamara and so on and so forth, those guys can play in whatever system whatever you bring, they can play. That's how good those guys are and impactful. So, and they're intelligent. So I anticipate, we will have some wrinkles early because it's a new system that they have to put together. So the whole thing is to try to just win the game. It might not be pretty, but try to keep the miscues down, operate the run, try to get the timing down, and just kind of march it forward. We don't expect perfection, but at the same time, just do enough to win and don't shoot yourself in the foot. But we have talent that's most of those guys can play on any offensive system.
I would agree there. I would agree there. Yeah, I'm excited. Again, offensively, I don't know what to expect, man. I like what I saw against the Bills. Somebody made a pretty good point about in the chat. They said, hey, Tampa had, they had Mike Evans, they had Godwin. Yeah, this is a great point that to keep the safeties back. And do we have something like that? I would argue, yes, we do. Deontay Johnson is a very, very good receiver, underrated. Obviously has some situations and some unhappiness with Pittsburgh, but he's shown not to be some locker room cancer here. He's been great under the radar. Like, he ain't causing no issues. He's an elite route runner. And so I think you're going to have some serious problems dealing with him. He's been pegged the number one guy since the day we signed him. Canales has said, hey, you got to have a focal point in the offense, and he's him. And so I think you're going to see the ball given to Deontay. And one thing that you did not see last year was us actually push the football down the field. I think you're going to see Bryce get out there, create some plays, a little bit of that organized chaos. And that's where Bryce operated best under in Alabama. When he was able to create off-platform throws, he did a fantastic job there. And so I think you're going to see a little bit more of that organized chaos here in Carolina now with Canales, and allow Bryce Young to be Bryce Young. I think that's been a lot of topic of discussion here recently, is allow Bryce to be Bryce. I think you'll see a different Bryce, man. I think he's going to cook. I don't know if I'm not saying he's going to go out there and throw for 300. I'm not saying that, because I think I respect y'all defense. Respectfully, y'all defense is nice, very good secondary. And I know we'll talk about defense later, but y'all defense is very respectable. And I'm not expecting some monster game from Bryce, but I do think he's going to have a little bit better of a performance than in those previous games that we played y'all in the past.
Yeah, the wide receiver core, to be honest with you, brother Shad, I was studying and looking at these guys. I'm familiar with Dante Johnson from his time with the Steelers, and he was very productive there. I mean, he had a few bumps and bruises there, but at the end of the day, the guy's fantastic, man. But if you compare him and Adam Thielen, and then you have Mingo there, and of course, I don't know what's going on with your tight end, but I think Sanders is the guy. Scouted Sanders. Sanders is the future, bro. Y'all. That was a good pickup. Talk to us about that.
Yeah. No, Sanders is the future. And I'm excited. That was my favorite pick of this draft.
Yeah.
That was my favorite pick of the draft. Obviously, we got Jonathan Brooks too. Jonathan Brooks is going to miss the first 4 games with injury. We expected that. No big deal there. We still got Chuba, and we still got Miles Sanders. So I'm not really worried about the loss or the lack of having Jonathan Brooks. But Jatavion Sanders, for his benefit, luckily, we had a couple tight ends go down, right? So we had Ian Thomas and Tommy Tremble. Both, you had the injury report up earlier. Both of those guys did not practice today, and probably won't practice, because we did end up making some additional signings. We signed Jordan Matthews to the 53-man roster, and my guy Swinson that we picked up from Green Bay. We just picked up those 2 guys. So I have a sneaky feeling that Ian Thomas, Tommy Tremble won't play, which means you're going to see a lot of Jatavion Sanders. With that said, Jatavion Sanders, very good receiving threat. Very good. Very good route runner. He can get open. I mean, he's made some amazing catches in practice.
Good.
Very good. Now, the problem is his blocking ability, right? So that's where he becomes a little bit of a liability, right? And I think he's gotten better, right? The coaches have said he's gotten better, that he's improved. Now, how's that going to look in a live fire game going up against Cam and them, right? It's going to be a little bit different. We're going to have to find out. I don't know. Again, they're not running his direction per se. I don't think they're going to draw up any plays running behind him by any means. But I think he's going to get better. And I think him getting the opportunity to play early because of those injuries is going to be a huge benefit for him, because I honestly did not see him playing until, maybe middle of the year, and then kind of taking it over in year 2.
Right. Yeah, that guy, man, is going to be a 4. I remember when I was scouting him, and I was like, man, this dude is, when he puts it together, he's going to be a force, man. This dude's really good. Sanders. All right, Double O Kane, thank you, bro, for the super chat. He says, we about to do our part to help the Saints fire Dennis Allen 31-14. Watch this. All right, thank you.
You can't co-sign that one, bro. 31-14 is crazy. I don't see us putting up 31 points.
Man, feeling
I appreciate the enthusiasm, but dang.
Listen, bro, the running attack. Now, we've seen Chupa before, last year, how he did it.
Yeah.
Miles Sanders is kind of banged up. You have Blackshear, and you mentioned Brooks is out. the focal point for the Carolina Panthers rushing attack is totally Chupa? Is it a group approach? What does it look like there?
Yeah, I think under ideal circumstances they would like to rotate it, but I think it's going to be the hot hand. Whoever's hot, I think they're going to roll with him. You've seen Canales in the past stick with one guy, Rashad White. Could that happen? I think it's going to be a game-to-game scenario, but Chuba is the guy, bro. Like Chuba has earned a spot. He basically snatched it from Miles Sanders last year, and he ain't giving it back, right? He's the guy's improved year over year. And I'm not gonna sit up here and lie. I thought Chuba wasn't it, bro. Like the first couple years, I like, man, this guy, his hands are trash. He got bricks for hands. But bro, he's been on the jugs. Man, his hands have improved. He's gotten better. He's the last one to leave practice. He's getting better, bro. And it's a contract year for him. So I fully expect Chuba to have a 1,000-yard season. We'll see how that changes once, Jonathan Brooks becomes available. And once I don't think Miles Sanders is really, really banged. He was limited, but I think he's going to play. Like if Miles is going to go, and I think you'll see a rotation of the two. But if Chuba has the hot hand, they'll roll with him.
All right. Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate it. I'm looking at some of these comments. Shout out. Rock, what's up, Rock? How you doing, sir? You said Q looking a little nervous. No, bro. Not nervous, brother. All right. But yeah, man, he was close to 1,000 yards last year. I like this running back, man. He's pretty, he's a pretty good, he's tough to bring down, man. We had a little difficulty tackling and rallying Hubbard, man. So we got to do a better job this upcoming game. And like I said, the defense is all right. All right, so from the running perspective, Shy, like I said, we all know Alvin Kamara is the guy. For the family members that the Carolina Panthers family members probably heard something about Alvin Kamara. He put his house up for sale. This happened quite recently because of the Saints. He had a cutoff with contract situation that was going on with Mickey Loomis and Alvin Kamara that was going on through the offseason into preseason. And Alvin Kamara told him it's too late to be talking contract. We'll talk about it after the season. It's over with. So right now, Alvin's going to be playing on that 1-year deal, so he'll be motivated to get it popping. He's the guy. We also have Williams there. Jamal Williams is there. He's healthy. He's ready to contribute. And then, of course, Jordan Mims, who's mostly a young back with a lot of ability, but mostly I see him as a special teams player, and the Saints will throw him in there. Taysom Hill is a guy that you also have to put in the offensive room too, because the Saints can play him at tight end. He's still going to be a bit of a utility player to move around to create some confusion for the defense to figure out. We've seen him in practice being used as fullback because, we have the 49ers last year, their passing game coordinator, Clint Kubiak, is our new offensive coordinator. We've got rid of Sean Payton's system and his acolyte, Pete Carmichael, who was with the Saints the last 2 years as an OC. They fired him, bringing in this 49er style offense. And we envision Kamara in a Christian McCaffrey type role in that 49er style offense, and Taysom Hill as use check in that role. So it's a lot of stuff. Now, like I said, we've seen some pieces of it. We haven't seen a lot, just like you were saying, Shad, about watching them. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they have these moving parts and how it's going to actually go. But I'm really excited about Clint Kubiak taking over the Saints offense and all of the weapons that he could be able to utilize. Rashid Shaheed, Chris Olave, and everybody else. It's going to be fun, man, to be honest with you.
I think we're on the same page. Like from an offensive standpoint, neither one of us really know what's coming. But like I think we're both cautiously optimistic about what the potential could be. Like on paper, this offense should be completely. It's not going to be the same as last year. Like if you got last year's Panthers in your mind offensively, you might as well scratch that. It's going to be completely different. I expect us to move the football, being able to sustain some drives. We might not score every single drive, but we're going to be able to move the football, tie together some first downs, and be aggressive. One thing we did see in the preseason game was that these guys Canales is not afraid to go for it on 4th down, 4th and 3. Like they're not afraid. They will push and go for it and extend these drives to put some pressure on the defense. So I'm excited, bro. Like I got to see it. Cautiously optimistic. I'm not saying we're going to put 31 up like my man Double O Kane said, but I do expect us to put up some points and be much more respectable than last year.
Indeed, bro. I don't know if it'll be a big point explosion either. I mean, it'll be a kind of a filling out process, to be honest with you. And guess who just joined in, Brother Shad? It's the captain.
Dave, what's good, bro?
Captain Dave, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, man. I can't stay too long, but I wanted to pop in. You know, I'm out here doing all these shows today, man.
All right, it's Super Dave today. That's what's going on.
It is definitely Super Dave today. I debuted a show on HBCU Sports Lab just ended. Now I'm doing this, and I got another show at 9. So this is gonna be a fun one.
Hey, Dave, how does it feel to be a celebrity? You want to drop that right quick, kind of do that? You got your own name drops and everything. I mean, how it feel to be a celebrity, Dave?
Listen, it's beautiful, man. Because you know, it's great,
y'all.
I got to use it. I hit that button a lot yesterday. I will say, especially
Dave,
when I saw DJ Johnson starting.
Dave, you don't have to hit the damn button. You can just say it, bro.
I could, and you know, it sounds just like the button, which is the beautiful part. It's always fun hitting the button.
Dave,
it's always fun hitting the button.
Always cool to hear from Dave, man. Dave in the building. All right, so let's kind of cross over to the defense there, Shy. Dave, let's talk about Carolina Panthers defense, man. Listen, the defense last year, bro, to be honest with you, we've seen a lot of positive things from them guys. It's a young defense. They're very fast. Evero is the defensive coordinator again for you guys. I believe the dude is very good at his job. So let's kind of hip us to the game about the Carolina Panthers defense.
Yeah, let me level set the defense because you're right. Evero does a fantastic job with the defense. And we typically, in most cases, we kind of trust what's going on there. However, I will say this. There's been a lot of shuffling recently of our secondary edge rusher. It seems like we don't know what's going on here. We just released Clavon Chason the other day. So we're still looking for another edge rusher opposite of Jadeveon Clowney to step up and grab that edge rusher number 2.
Must be able to grit sacks in a timely fashion.
Yeah. So right now, as we speak, DJ Johnson, who we drafted last year in the 3rd round, is that guy. He's been pegged as the starter. I don't know if it's going to stay like that. We just moved some money around. We just made a couple restructures. So I don't know if that's a signal that we're going to go out and get another edge rusher. It could be. But right now, the biggest question mark for me going into this game is who else is bringing the pressure opposite of Jadeveon Clowney. I mean, it's a bunch of guys behind him. You know, you got Jamie Sheriff, who we just picked up from Seattle. Behind him, you got Iku Leota, who's had a great offseason. Solid, but I don't know when the lights turn on, is he going to be able to really make it happen like he's been doing in the preseason? We're going to find out. But so we got question marks. I'm gonna be honest. We got question marks around the edge rushers. I will go back to this. I always say this when we talk about the edge rushers and having a premier guy. Evero did not have a premier edge rusher back in Denver. When he was the defensive coordinator for Denver, he didn't have one. Their secondary was that good. They were able to force the quarterback to hold on to the football and allow the guys to get. They didn't have a double-digit sack guy, but they were still one of the top 10 defenses in the league that year. So I always go back to that as like to make me feel better. But I'm gonna be honest. Bro. We ain't got nobody outside of Clowney who's gonna rush the passer. So I got concerns. And before I pass to Dave, same thing with our secondary. We just picked up Michael Jackson. No, all jokes. Go ahead and get your jokes off. We picked up Mike Jackson from Seattle.
He's got to be off the wall since we ain't got no pass rush. I can tell you that.
Here we go.
Look, man. Otherwise, it's going to be a thriller night. If he ain't off the look, bro. I'm telling you, the last thing we need him to be is bad. That's the last thing we need him to be this weekend.
Hey Dave, does Michael Jackson does he have a little glove with glitter on it? Does this guy? Because we don't
do glove with glitters. We had David Carr. We don't do glove with glitters no more. My man was out here with the glove, and he was a terrible quarterback. I don't want to see no gloves for my corners.
Yeah, bro. But there we go. So we got the Michael Jackson jokes off.
That was pretty good, Dave.
It was very good. He's been working on it. Since we picked him up.
I literally came up with this.
I tried to see
the fly.
He was pretty damn good. I was trying to see how he was going to put Billie Jean up in there and how he was going to work there. I guess you can't do nothing with that.
I mean, I could have, but I chose against it. I mean, to get the three best Michael Jackson albums out in a row. You can't be mad at that.
Fact.
And Alex says he got a smooth back pedal, so that's pretty good. That's pretty.
That was funny.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But yeah, so Mike Jackson is the guy we picked up, and then we picked up some other guys, Shamar Bartholomew, Keenan Isaac, a couple other cornerbacks that we picked up. So the cornerback room, again, I like Michael Jackson. He was more of a rotational guy in Seattle. Now he's getting that number 2 role opposite of J.C. Horn. We'll see how he does. He's a big physical guy. So you're not going to be able to just bully him around. It's going to be interesting to see, man. He knows the system. But again, we'll have to see it just like everybody else is. I don't know, bro. We're going to see like y'all.
Hey, JC Horn, bro. That's a question that comes. Is JC Horn good to go? I see DJ. Y'all had a couple of guys y'all signed after Chase Young left. I know y'all signed. I remember DJ Wonnum was one of them, and the other one was the guy. I forgot.
Clayvon Chason.
Chason, yeah.
We just released him, but Wonnum is on an IR, I believe, right now on the PUP. So he's going to miss. We signed him and haven't seen him at all. We haven't seen him in training camp. We haven't seen him in the preseason. So it's just a bit of unknown right now until he gets healthy. So we're going to have to straggle it along until we get to week 4, week 5. But right now, yeah. We had that signing in place with Wonnum, but we just haven't seen him yet. And unfortunately, they didn't see that injury. I think he's dealing with I want to say it's lingering. It's a lingering thing. He had surgery on it. And it didn't heal all properly, I guess. So I don't know.
Wow.
Look, man, A-Cash, I'm not reusing the same Michael Jackson jokes I used 2 weeks ago.
Uh-oh. Did he get called out?
No, I didn't. Because I will admit, 2 weeks ago, I did try to come up with some. But I primarily focused on songs there.
Hold on.
Albums this time.
I think you did use Human Nature last time. I think it was.
I was hitting songs, man. Smooth Criminal. I was in my bag. I was in my bag when you first signed them, man.
Hold on, Dave. Because I was about to say, hold on, man. That was too good. It might have been a little scripted.
No. I literally came up with that one.
I think you did use Thriller. I think you did.
I did use Thriller, but I also used songs. It was more song based than album based. Like this one was more album based.
Oh man.
I mean, when you have DJ Johnson starting at the helm, it's easy. Like it's easy.
Yeah, Dave. You just hit the button. You got a scratch button too for.
There's
DJ.
a button that I wanted to put up here involving a game my alma mater has this weekend, but I didn't have time to put it on yet.
Dave, the scratch button. He got a scratch button because he played it at the NFC South Roundtable. I remember. Thank you, A-Cash, for your super chat, man. I appreciate you, man. Much love on that. All right. Just to talk about, y'all have any questions in terms of the Saints defense shot? Dave,
man. Yeah. So how is Chase Young? All those new additions that y'all got, Gay and all that. What they looking like?
Hey man, y'all made a big old mistake by allowing Chase Young to walk out the building, brother. That was the answer to everything. I don't know what happened with there. But he came here, bro. He had the back surgery. It was a lot of skepticism about it. The Saints kind of put his contract together based on that situation. He healed up like he was Wolverine. He hit the practice field in preseason, bro. The dude looks like he looks good, man. The dude is ready to take on the NFL, man. So he's operating at DE2. Carl Granderson is our DE1. So he'll be lined up there. So, but Chase Young, man, he looks the part, man. He's ready to go. He's raring to go. It's on a 1-year deal, so you know he gonna let it fly, bro. So yeah, he looks really good. Our defensive line, bro, in particular, is very interesting. Like I said, Carl Granderson, Cam Jordan will slide down to the DE3 or the situational pass rusher. They'll kick him inside. We have a nice rotation of young defensive end. We still got Peyton Turner a couple years ago. He was a first-round draft pick for the Saints that really hadn't panned out too good. He's coming in the mold of Marcus Davenport, maybe a little bit better. Isaiah Foskey from Notre Dame, he's there. He's still trying to get it together and figure it out. But these guys are part of the defensive end rotation inside. Kalen Saunders, Bink Saunders has a calf issue. He might not be able to get it going and play in the first week or so. We'll see how that looks. Nate Shepard has been solid. Brian Bressee's good. And then, of course, we have a couple of other guys we brought in. We did trade for the Commanders. We got a defensive end. We sent some picks over there for John Ridgeway III. It's a 6'5", 320-pound guy to play as a reserve rotational piece along with Christian Boyd, who's another big 6'2", 300-something plus guy. So we're pretty solid there. A linebackers, Demario Davis is back. We brought in Willie Gay from the Chiefs to guard guys like Saunders, you guys, that kind of guy. He has the speed and the rings. And our secondary is considered one of the best in the league, man. So, yeah, the defense is a very strong suit for the Saints. They did a good job of bringing in Chase and Willie Gay to help out there and solidify the secondary. So there, we're actually looking pretty good defensively speaking.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good test for our offensive line. You know, we spent a lot of money to get that offensive line and Bryce Young protected, and now you go up against one of the better defenses in the league. And so I think that it's going to be testing. I want to see. I want to see if Icky got some real dog in him. I want to because
Yeah.
your man's went up there and talked some cash shit about him. Basically said that Moulton was the only true guy we had on the roster, leaving out Icky. So I wonder if Icky gonna play with a little bit of a chip. I'm talking about Cam. You didn't hear what Cam said about it?
Yeah, Cam
Yeah,
did. Cam was out
talking
here slandering the
I mean, he
line,
told
bro.
the truth. He basically told the truth. I ain't gonna lie, but
I mean, if you're going based off last year, I mean, you can't be mad at that.
but
Right?
at the end of the day, we're gonna see if Icky got that dog in him, and he's gonna take that to heart and play with some. Yeah, I mean, hey, look, he left you out. Yeah, I mean, so I would take it personal. I don't know if he's gonna take it personal. We're gonna find out, but it's gonna be a real test, a real good test for our offense to see if we truly got something. If we can move the football against y'all offense, I feel pretty confident we can move the football against any good or any other offense in the league. Yeah, I mean, so we'll see, or any defense, excuse me. I think we'll be all right. I think we're gonna be all right, man.
What you think, Dave?
I think we should be okay defensively, man. Offensively, I think we should be better than last year. And that's all I can ask for, right? Like I sat through atrociousness, right? So I did. I mean, I sat through atrociousness all season. It was brutal. It was hard to watch. I think with the signing of the offensive lineman that we grabbed, I think we should be better up front. Cam eventually's got to retire. Like Cam ain't the same Cam. He's not, right?
No.
So I think we have opportunities there. I think Bryce Young is going to look fine in this new offense that we got going that Dave Canales has implemented. So I think we're going to be all right against you guys, man. I'm not as concerned as I was earlier. Like I was nervous before the final preseason game. Like I didn't know what to think. I'll keep it a buck with you.
Yeah,
Didn't know what to think.
I think we talked about the edge rushers, but the rest of our defense is pretty solid. I don't want to just kind of glaze over the fact. I know we got some edge rushers issues, but you still got
some corners.
Derrick Brown. Like you still got Derrick Brown, who's a problem. That's gonna be problematic for y'all to deal with. Derrick Brown's a problem. And then you still got JC. You still got some of our secondary players. Got added Jordan Fuller. You still got Xavier Woods.
Shaq's
we got
legit.
Shaq Thompson back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Josie Jewell, who we signed from the Broncos, who knows the system.
Yeah,
we're gonna be a respectable defense, and I think
y'all got Derek Carr. Like,
yeah,
all right,
I mean, y'all got Derek Carr. I mean, what?
All right, Dave.
I did draft your wide receiver though. I did draft Olave.
I was gonna say, look, it's almost like this matchup is perfect for both sides of the football for us. Like it's a good test for our offense, right? Can we move the football? And defensively, I think we can kind of see if we can. It ain't gonna be the toughest offense in the world, but we'll see what we have. We're gonna be tested, right? All the guys that we do put out there, are they gonna be able to cut their teeth and get better? We're gonna find out. I mean, hopefully, if you start to see DJ Johnson get some sacks, you in some trouble. I'm just gonna say that right now. If DJ Johnson comes away with a sack in this game, you got some real problems.
Oh
yeah,
bro. If he is giving y'all problems with the pass rush, I'm still gonna have to wait another week because I gotta see it twice. But y'all ain't winning this game if DJ Johnson's out here getting sacks on y'all.
If he started to get loose, it's gonna be some real problems, bro.
All right. Well, I mean, listen, bro. Derrick Brown, bro. Dude had 100 tackles. Had 100 and what was it? 100 plus tackles last year.
Plus.
I don't know when the last time I know. What he played? What was he? The defensive end? He played D end or D tackle?
DE in a 3-4.
I didn't, bro. Let me tell you something, man. That dude is actually should be like a interior defensive tackle in a 4-3 system or modified.
When he was drafted, that's what he did. That's what he played.
But what's interesting is I don't remember the last time a defensive tackle got 100 plus tackles in the season, bro. I don't. Maybe somebody that's on their stat game could remind me when the last time that happened, bro. 100 tackles from a guy like that in the season. That's pretty astounding, man. I don't know if he had any damn sacks that year. He got all them damn tackles.
No,
but still, phenomenal.
Yeah, he's not a sack artist per se. Pause. Major pause on that.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not gonna. But he can create pressure. But he's not gonna be like that Aaron Donald type to put up 10 plus sacks. He gonna stop the run. Like you gonna have issues running his way. But he's I'm telling you, very underrated. very overlooked. And I will say this: he did play with a little bit of chip, right? Because he was playing for a contract. He got paid. So will that same motivation? Cause you know how it is. You got the check. You start to become a little complacent. We'll see. But he definitely earned that check last year with all those tackles, like you mentioned.
Yeah, that was phenomenal, man. Watching him, yeah, he's one of many bright spots on Carolina's defense. See, thing about me as a black and gold guy, I look at Carolina, and the defense is the thing that is in my mind because the last moments of memories that I have from Carolina is what I seen from them last year. And the defense had a lot of potential. Now I do like Bryce Young. I'm not one of these people that think Bryce Young isn't going to be good because I scouted Bryce Young. I seen what Bryce Young did at Alabama. And they had the big guys in the college game. Is the speed is different, but Bryce Young, man, has a lot of talent, and he has Canellis there. And if listen, I'm not taking nothing away from any coach that has the ability to take Baker Mayfield and what I seen him do with Baker when he was in Carolina, and then what he did last year, and it was basically over a year transformation. Help turn that guy into what he was for Tampa, helped them win the division last year, and he got a contract, a nice paid contract with Tampa Bay to be their little short-term quarterback for the next 3 years or so. So in the end, man, I'm not looking past them. The thing that I have an issue with in terms of figuring out is what they're going to do, because in the first week, anything's possible, man. That's what I'm saying. We have limited film on what Carolina is all about. Offensively speaking, it's the same thing Carolina with you guys on us. So it's an even advantage if there's such a thing. But all I'm saying is at the end of the day, anything can happen here. That's why I'm kind of reserving from talking too much smack because, Loda stole all that. He done took all that, so we're going to just let him have all that.
Low, listen, man, if the Falcons don't win that division, bro.
And we're going to cook Low collectively if they don't win the division.
I'm cooking them.
He's going to get cooked.
I'm going to create new buttons for him.
Just get the grease because they're going to be cooked. Atlanta's not going to do it. We're going to smack the feathers off.
We said warm up the grease, bro. They use grease too. Ain't even going to give no fresh grease.
Yeah.
Use grease.
Yeah. Why? You just smack the feathers off. And I was making fun of them. I was saying, Carolina, it's like, man, out of the 13 games, not in a row, but of the last 13 contests, the Saints have won 10 of the last 13 contests against Atlanta, and are 23 20 something like that in 11 since 2006. So the Who Dat Nation just been running Atlanta into the ground. They might get a win here or there, but still in all, we know what time it is when they run up against us. But anyway, we'll save that for another show. But let's talk about keys to victory here, Brother Dave, Shad, and diamonds in the rough for players to look out for, in y'all opinion.
Dave, you want to go? I've been doing a lot of talking. You got it.
Offensively, I'm going to be fascinated to see if we see the Chuba Hubbard effect again this upcoming season. Defensively, I need DJ Johnson to step up, guys. I need, like, I could name JC, I could name Mike Jack, I could name Derek Brown. I need DJ Johnson to step up. Like, I think it's going to be a key for us to win this game with DJ Johnson. Even if he doesn't get a sack, give me some hurries. Get Derek Carr to like not be comfortable. Like, just reduce his comfort just a little bit. I need him to step up. Like, if you make the decision to move on from Chase on, I need him to step up. So
yeah, I was gonna say, for me, man, I think it's easy, man. This game is really won and lost in the trenches. I think for me, my eyes are gonna be all on the offense. I think the defense will be able to do enough to slow down Derek Carr, and I think they could do enough. I'm not saying they'll shut them out by any means, but they'll be able to do enough to slow down Kamara and company. It all, to me, is won and lost with our offensive line and our protection. Are we going to be able to protect Bryce Young? Is Bryce Young going to be able to execute, not turn the football over, get it to his playmakers? And for me, if Tommy Tremble and Ian Thomas are not playing, the key, and the guy to key on, is going to be Jatavion Sanders.
mm-hmm.
Listen, David Canales loves the tight ends. Even if you look at the preseason games, bro, we use a lot of tight ends. The tight ends were getting a lot of work. Jatavion Sanders is a very, and I said it earlier, he's a very good receiving threat at the tight end role. He's gonna be a guy to keep an eye on if Bryce Young can be protected, work through his progressions. We're gonna see. I don't know. Again, I don't know how it's gonna work out. This will be the first time this unit has played together. They did not play together all preseason. Damian Lewis did not play all preseason at all. We saw 4 of them play together, but not including Damian Lewis. So this is the first time we're actually going to see this group collectively. So we don't know what it's going to look like. But if they can protect them, I think Jatavion Sanders is going to be the key. Defensively, man, I think obviously, Dave is right. You want to see somebody step up outside of Jadeveon Clowney, excuse me. Jadavion, it's the same thing, man. It's all running together in my brain.
Clowney.
But the Clowney, we'll go with Clowney. Somebody opposite of Clowney. If we can get something out of DJ Johnson or Ikuliota or Sheriff, then we might see some bit of success defensively. Obviously, you want to stop the run, slow down. Kamara always gives us issues not for some reason. He's talented for goodness sakes, but he always gives us a problem. If we can slow down Kamara, put the football in David Carr's hands, hopefully makes a couple mistakes and turn the football over. I think the key to victory is obviously our defense is this bend but don't break mentality. We give up a lot of yards. Screw that. We need to take the football away. If we can have a couple takeaways, another key to the success. But I don't know what's going to happen, bro. We'll see. I'm excited, though. We'll see. What about for you, Q?
Well, I mean, keys to victory, obviously, you mentioned the brother Shad is Alvin Kamara. I mean, he's going to be running pissed off under this contract situation. He's basically going into free agency. He's trying to earn him another big payday. So he's going to be inspired this season. I think a big key to it for the Saints, and they're using this new offensive scheme with Clint Kubiak, which is, doing a lot of those horizontal runs and all this kind of stuff. We have the talent to pull that off and the imagination of Clint Kubiak to be able to use guys like Taysom Hill and Rashid Shaheed. Taysom Hill is going to be a problem. So, this is in how the Saints use him. The defense is going to have to figure out when he's on the field what capacity is him, because they're planning on using Taysom to the degree of a fullback, similar to what, like I mentioned, a youth check out in San Francisco. And if they do that, he, to me, is more gifted physically than a youth check. He blocks, he catches, he's fast. The guys don't want to touch, they don't want to tackle him because he's physical. He's stiff arm. He doesn't run away from you. He'll run through you. Pause. But he's a really good dude, man, and he's awesome, man. And then, like I said, I think those are some of the guys you have to watch out for. Not so much Derek Carr. I think Derek Carr, the Saints will just try to get the timing right and get Carr into a play action mindset. So you could probably end up seeing some long, extended run plays to try to get the running attack going against the Carolina Panthers defense. On defense, like we mentioned, Carl Granderson is ready. Chase Young is ready. I'm looking forward to see the Saints up front stop the run, forcing and to put pressure on them. The Saints have done a really good job of providing and getting pressure, interiorly speaking, to in the center, to kind of flush Bryce out of the pocket into the open arms of either Granderson or Chase Young in our secondary. Marshawn Lattimore, all those guys, Tyrann Mathieu. I think the Saints secondary, like I said, is a top 5 unit in the game. I think we'll be fine there. So in terms of that, I just think those are some of the things you need to watch out for. And then just for a prediction there, I do think the Saints win the game. I don't think it's by a blowout. I think it's anywhere between 3 to 7 points, because we got to get things going. We had to figure it out. So I don't think it's a blowout. I think it's a hard-fought game with us coming out maybe between 3 to 7 points in the matchup.
Yeah. Dave, you want to give your prediction?
I said 24-20 yesterday, right? That's what
I think you said 24-20. I said 2017 Panthers. I think it'll be close.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a close game.
It's gonna be
I think it'll be a huge. I think the Panthers. I'm not gonna say it's obviously it's week 1. It's not a must-win game, but I think it'll go a long way to boosting the confidence of the team. We got a somewhat manageable schedule coming up, and if they can get this one, I think it'll go a long way to. We need something. We need something positive around. It's been bad around the Carolinas, bro. So coming away with a victory against a division foe on the road will go a long way. And if they do happen to lose the game, it's not the end of the world. I just want them to be competitive, bro. Just be competitive, like you said. If it's a 3-win game, we're right there in it, and we lose, I'm okay with that. I just want to see the offense progress. I want to see the defense be respectable, and just say I want to be able to confidently go into a game and say, all right, if we just switch this, switch that, adjust here, adjust there, we'll be fine. And that's another thing I'm looking out for too. I missed that. Is that I want to see how Canellis adjusts. If things aren't going your way, are you just gonna keep, square peg round hole, or are you gonna actually adjust to the situation? Because that's where we've been awful with that the last couple of years. The past couple of coaches, I'm not gonna say couple of years. The past couple of coaches have been terrible with adjustments. So
the best one we've had, crazy enough, might have been Wilkes. When you started to think about it,
yeah,
it's kind of wild considering. Like, he's probably the best one we had when it came to adjustments. So,
damn.
I mean, I'm keeping it above with you like that. I mean, I don't think there's gonna be a Panther fan that's gonna disagree with that one.
Yeah, that's that. Y'all guys been through a lot, man. A lot of turnover over there in Carolina land, man. But guys, feel free to kind of talk about your platform and let family members know where they can find Panther Nation podcast.
Yeah, man. At Panther Nation PC on Twitter. I'm kind of active on it. I'm the one that runs it for the most part. Dave has access to it too, but he has his own. But yeah, man. At Panther Nation PC on Twitter. PNP on YouTube. Look us up, man. Hit the subscribe button. Trying to get to 25,000 subs. So even if you a Saints fan, you just want to know what's going on with Panther Nation, man. Hit that sub button. Come on over, rock with us.
Sub up.
We'll talk
about y'all too, man. We went over all the divisions yesterday. We'll talk about y'all too. We talk about all of y'all.
We got a lot of draft content too. I'll be ramping back up on my draft profile videos. I was doing those a couple years ago. I decided to fire that back up. So if you want some draft content too, come on over, hit that sub button, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, just watch out for Dave Shade, man. They've got a little shade, man. So
just sometimes you gotta watch Dave, bro.
Man, come on, guys. Come on now, don't do that.
Told y'all. All right, y'all. All right, that always kill me, man. Dave hit that damn button. I said, Dave, you done sampled yourself, man.
I'm saving my voice, man. What's wrong with that? It's voice preservation.
Oh, okay. Science do it. All right, so anyway, man, y'all want to listen to the Sports Coma and Saint Talk, man, y'all come over to the Sports Coma or, on YouTube. We're on X, everywhere. Just put it into Google or simply go to our website where all of our content is. We cover Saints, we cover Pelican stuff. We talk about boxing, college football, all that on whothatdaily.com. That's www.whothatdaily.com, or just look us up on Google or any search box. We in the building, man. So, hey, fam, listen, man, I'm gonna cut y'all loose, bro, because I know y'all got stuff to do. Brother Shad, Brother Dave, man. Listen, fam. Hey, bro, listen. If we win, bro, no hard feelings.
Lord have mercy.
No hard feelings.
We good, bro.
If we win, I told y'all.
Yeah, hey, bro, it's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be interesting, man. I'm looking forward to the game this weekend.
All right, guys. So with that being said, we're gonna get on up out of here, man. Listen, man, we thank you guys for chiming in on this episode of the Coma with PNP, man. Listen, we'll be back later on more Saint stuff later on tomorrow. Actually, we'll talk about more of the black and gold stuff. But listen, fam, thank y'all once again for chiming in, and we'll holler at you on the next one. Much love and peace to you.
Yeah. Boogie like Vincent, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Long as I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. Sports Coma, yeah, this is where we do that. 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 Boogie like Vincent, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that. Welcome. Somebody please better help. Running this thing like elf. I thank God every day I'm not a felt. Go to YouTube Live with Big Q and the guys. If you ain't ride or die, the bandwagon get flipped. Been marching in, that was way for the ring. I was yelling out your shade for the championship. Bucking on town, duck down. Falcons, pluck, get shut down. Panthers ain't much touchdown. The vision really belong to us now. So much hate on the Saints, you could probably tell. Ever since Bounty Gate hit the NFL, when things seem fishy and you probably smell the crooked referees or Roger Goodell. Yeah, brother like this and I'm a who that. Every day I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that at. Where we do that at. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that at. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Bet-Online is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. From the preseason NFL to college kicking off, Bet-Online has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. Think you know your stuff? Get on our winner-takes-all $300,000 NFL pool for the upcoming season. When the game's over, head on over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with over 150 slot games. Head to the website today and use the promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, and get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here.
WhoThatDaily.com. That's right, WhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, WhoThatDaily.com is your site. The WhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That.